Hi everyone.
Good evening.
Today we're continuing our last week's topic. Last week we introduced some fundamentals of how to do acupuncture treatments without acupuncture needles. So people who have ordered acupuncture stimulators, they came already. So they're ready for pickup, or I have prepared a lesson, actually like a workshop next Saturday, and you can pick it up on Saturday as well. So just let me know.
Oh, and by the way, isn't this the weirdest looking grapes? It looks like a mini, like a eggplant. It's really
Too far
long.
away.
But it's really delicious. So if you ever find it,
Yeah,
it's
the most disgusting looking grapes, but they taste really good.
seedless and sweet. And this is a taco. He's a black, and then normally when I wear black, you guys don't see them. Oh, say hi. Okay.
So let's recap what we kind of learned last week. So remember, this is a picture of your foot, and this is your hand. They are very similar in structure. So that means when our body has something very similar to one another, you can use one to treat the other. So you can use your foot to treat your hand, or your ankle to treat your wrist, or wrist to treat your ankle. And then this one is a picture of your arms, and these are the legs. So you can see that in arm we have two bones, one on each side, and on the legs there we have two bones as well. So your forearm could treat your lower legs treat your forearms. And then next one is, these are the upper legs, bones in upper legs, and these are bones in upper arms. So you can see they are very similar, and so that means one can treat the other. So upper arm treats upper legs treats upper arm. And this is a knee joint. This is an elbow joint. So you can see they are very similar in structure, both connected by three bones and enclosed by what's the name? Basically enclosed by ligaments, and there are fluids inside the joints. So whenever you have knee pain, you can use elbow to treat your knee, or vice versa. And so last week we introduced this picture. So when we do the mirror imaging, you can, like I said, you can use lower arm to treat lower legs, upper legs to treat upper arm. But you can also use it like upside down. So upper arm treats lower legs, upper legs treats lower arms. So how you connect each other is that, like I said, the knee connects to elbow, and you're kind of like this. So you align them by the joints. So this ankle joint connects with the shoulder joint, knee to elbow, hip joint to your wrist, or ankle to wrist, again knee to elbow, hip to shoulder. So whenever you have shoulder pain, you can use that to treat, use points around the hip to treat the shoulder, or you can, when like somebody has like sciatica, so pain coming down from their hip down to their legs, you can start using with the upper arm to treat the hip area, and then treat it, find tender points along the arm to treat wherever the sciatica pain is. So now, so if somebody has like shoulder tension here, what would you do? You can use, because shoulder is slightly above this shoulder joint and above upper arm. So what's above upper arm is your foot. So imagine, so basically just make a quick drawing. So I don't know if you can see, this is what I just drew. So the joints connect to joints, right? Joint corresponds to joint. So your ankle joint corresponds to your shoulder joint. So if you have pain in this shoulder area, you can use the foot to treat the shoulder. And okay, so now if somebody has menstrual problem or gynecological problem, it's in this area, and you just look at this picture. It kind of corresponds to your lower legs, around the hands, and then around the upper arm. So you can basically use any of these areas to treat female problems, or if it's a male, you can also use the same corresponding. So I didn't say much about this face being here last time. So imagine that from this kind of proportion is 1 to our body, 1 to 1. So now if you look at this level, the female problem can also be treated by your chin area. So light bulb moment.
Light bulb moment. Yes.
Right?
Whenever we have before our period comes, some people will used to have a lot of pimples around the chin area. So that makes sense now.
Yeah, so whenever you have pimples here before your period, now usually it's due to some sort of issue with the period. And then I forgot what I was supposed to say. Oh, basically, you can look at it like this, or you can look at it like this. Okay, I should have this upside down too. So let's see if I have a picture of that.
So like for teenagers, when they reach their puberties, you will see a lot of pimples around the forehead. So
it also can look at it in the opposite way, like how we did with the arms. So this area can also correspond to your lower abdomen, and this area to your upper torso. So always the eyes and the belly button and the knees and elbow are supposed to be on the same level. But with teenagers, it can be hormone imbalance because they're just in puberty, or it's due to their digestion. They have some digestive issues. So, like, remember your colleague had lots of pimple after he started vegan diet with
yes.
lots of tofu, and so he had a lot of pimples in this area because his abdomen was too cold, and there's problem here due to his vegan diet.
So
Yes.
I was going to say that the eyes are the breasts, so obviously not.
Close enough.
But no, the eyes are the belly button.
Yeah,
Right? So
that's a rule.
eyebrows
Yeah,
are
it's
the
a rule of
breasts
thumb.
or the nostrils.
It's a rule of thumb, so it basically kind of corresponds. Just look for
Okay.
the area that kind of in the same level. So let's say there is a breast issue, and you look at the eyes are supposed to be belly button. So between belly button and your neck, consider that's one portion, and then so the breast is about half of that. So half between belly button and the neck. So the eyes are the belly button. The top will be the neck. So
Forehead still.
you find probably midway between that. So you kind of have to do it proportionally. Let's say last year there was a patient who had facial paralysis. So he couldn't close his eyes on one side and couldn't move one side of his face on the side of his mouth. So I just used this picture. So if you look at mouth, it's kind of level to this area. So I used this area to treat his mouth, and around the knees to treat his eyes. So after about 12 treatments, he was completely healed.
Mm-hmm. I remember him.
Yeah. So it takes some experience to learn that, but you don't have to treat everything at home. So just listen to what matters to you, right? And here are a couple more pictures of showing similar structures in our body. So this is our deltoid muscle. So it's here. And so it's like a
Drumstick.
Yeah, exactly, drumsticks. And this picture, it's your hip, it's the butt. So this is also looks like a drumstick. So when I put them side by side, now you can see that one treats the other.
You probably need a little bit of imagination if you rotate your hips
Yeah, so
like to the other direction.
So let's look at this picture, this skeleton. If we are not standing, we're kind of bending down on our forelimbs. We're crawling. The back will be leveled, so like this, and the hips and the legs will go here, arms here. So the arms, the shoulder joint and the hip joint are very similar areas of our body. So if somebody has like shoulder pain around the shoulder blades, we can use the hip. In this bone kind of looks like the shoulder blade, right? Kind of. Imagine. Just have to use a little bit of imagination. So last year there was a really old man, about 70 something years old. He had a lot of pain when he was standing or sitting. He couldn't walk very long. His pain mainly was in this area. So what I did was I looked for points around this area. Let's circle. So I use this shoulder area to treat his hip pain. So after about 5 treatments, he was able to walk normally. He actually went on to a vacation and haven't seen him since.
Must be okay.
Yeah, he was really happy that he could take a vacation and go out with his family. Otherwise, he couldn't, stand or sit for very long. He always has to stay very close to home. So, one more idea. If somebody has back pain, let's say here, what do? You can use whatever's on the arm, same level, right? Same level treats the same level.
Or the legs?
Or the legs. You kind of have to break this leg and put it up here, then you see maybe this is around the same level of where the pain is. Or you can use the front, you use the chest. So this area to treat this area, because same level treats same level. Right? So there are many ways to treat one problem. You kind of have to you just need to look for the tender spots. And if you're able to find them, then your treatment will be more likely to success. If you cannot find them, then your treatment probably won't be so good. And I think I forgot to print some pictures. Just hold on for a few seconds. Where is it? Oh, this one.
Oh.
Okay, I'll print this.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
So this is a what we call scalp acupuncture. If you imagine there's a human shape of doll that's placed on the forehead. From this point would be your hairline right here, and this point will be your
End of hairline?
and there is like a bone, pointy bone on the back of your head.
Okay.
Yeah, probably around here, around the ear level.
I could feel that there is a split.
What is
I
your?
don't have it.
What?
Oh my gosh. I'm not human.
Wait. Everybody has it here.
Darn.
So sometimes when patients have back pain around here, then I will kind of check on their skull to find out if there's tender spots, and then I could also treat it from here too. So if somebody has like arm problem, we can treat it from here. So that's your where the thigh burn is supposed to be. And then ankle or leg pains, you can treat it from just the back of your ear. This also works. There was a patient who always have some sort of throat problem, and there's always some sort of flammy stuff stuck here. And this is our neck region. If you kind of project this to your back, this is your kind of like this is the cervical, your neck part of your spine, right? And if you look at this picture, it's going to be just around here. So yeah. I use points around here to treat her throat. So after I put needles here, she could feel that her throat is much clearer. So this is more, maybe too advanced.
I want to try that on my dad.
Why?
Just zap his head. He always have throat problem.
Oh.
Might be easier.
You can also, so like I said, if you have front problem, you can always use the back, or back problem, use the front. So if somebody constantly have throat problem, use this part of the neck. So remember our friend Blues, when he has a cold, he lost his voice, and he would do some minor bleeding here, then his voice will kind of come back. It will be better. It will help the circulation in the front.
I also remember he did something around the shin.
Yeah.
Because one time our friend Brian had a cold, so
shin, so probably this.
Oh yeah, then that makes sense, right?
This
around
level.
the throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, it's too advanced. It's too complicated.
Yeah, so in the workshop, I'm going to it's going to be more individual. So depending on the people who came and what their problem or what are they struggling with, and then I'm gonna tell them exactly how to do treatments on themselves or for their family. So this is kind of like a general idea of what to do. So this is the last picture I want to show everyone. These are the bone of our pelvis. So basically your lower abdomen, your crotch area. So same as this one. This is the front view, this is the back view. So this is your butt. So sometimes when patients have, genital problems, genital pain or vaginal pain or pain after sex, what am I supposed to do? Tell them to pull down your pants and spread your legs?
Stop doing it.
So I can't, right? I don't want to get sued for sexual harassment. I don't want to look at people's private areas. So the best way to treat problem in this region, so can you see these two holes?
Nose? No.
Close.
Eyes?
Yeah, they're kind of like eyes,
They
right?
look more like nose.
Nose? Here I have a skull picture. Here's my skull. So you see here the eyes region, and here It looks very similar, so just use your imagination. So you can use the points around the eyes to treat your genital problem.
Like how you zap your eyes, like right into the eyes?
Just around the eyes, like upper. I don't recommend zapping around this.
No.
It's maybe too sensitive.
Maybe
but
massaging a little
maybe
bit.
just kind of above the eyes in this region.
I would say change the partner
or
is easier.
Under the eyes.
Changing
Yeah.
the partners.
Or no sex for you.
No sex, yeah. Just be friends. Yeah.
Okay.
So that concludes the day, or
Yeah, that concludes today.
yeah. So choose your sexual partner wisely. Advice of the week.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.